So hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 22 of our season 3 here on F1 Manager 23. Now it's the penultimate race this weekend. If you didn't watch the last episode, go back and watch that one in Sao Paulo. Must say, quite decent results in the end. Lando Norris in P4, Pierre Gasly in P9. The two Ferrari boys finishing 5th and 6th. It was a Red Bull 1-2 at Interlagos, meaning going into the final couple of races, oh my word, it's tight at the top. There is simply 12 points between us and Ferrari, fighting for the P2 position in the Constructors. Mercedes a fair distance back. Finishing P3 is quite an achievement this season, it must be said. Driver standings wise, Lando Norris possibly could catch George Russell, looking a bit unlikely. And once again, Pierre Gasly, we'd like him to stay in front of Carlos Sainz and maybe try and catch Checo Perez, although once again, that does look unlikely. It must be said, in terms of the car part developments, we are still very much focusing on next season. We have put all our ATR period hours and CFD bits into the front wing for this this next process. So 20 days, and we've got some major research being done on the front wing. But this weekend we head to Las Vegas, the race that gave us our maiden win as team principal here at Andretti Cadillac. 50 laps around Las Vegas. What a place it is, and the stakes couldn't be any higher this weekend. Expected strategy is a one-stop car attributes, top speed crucial and low speed cornering as well. Hopefully we can get a positive result. I'm going to get through practice and I'll see you in qualifying for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. This is it then, final laps in Q2. Lando Norris needs one hell of a lap here, coming up to the line. He's green through the first and second sectors. Will he manage to get himself into Q3? Lando Norris goes across the line. It's only good enough for P9. Pierre Gasly has been supreme all weekend so far in qualifying. As we fast forward on, Lando Norris is very much on the bubble and he's knocked out in Q2. So disappointing for Lando Norris. Pierre Gasly carrying the fight for Andretti Cadillac in Q3, and as you can see, a lot of grid penalties in front of him. So disappointing for Lando. Now, it must be said, Pierre Gasly had a shocking first lap. Is he going to have a better final lap in Q3 as he goes round Sector 3? It's so important that we are up there in the fight with these Ferraris this weekend. If we can take it down to the last Grand Prix, that would be absolutely massive for us. Pierre Gasly coming around the final corner, crosses the line, and at the moment, Pierre Gasly goes only good enough for P7. Let's have a look where everybody else does manage to finish. I think this could be a very bad qualifying for us here in Las Vegas, and it certainly is. Pierre Gasly down in P10, Russell, Verstappen and Leclerc, the Ferraris at the front. We're in P10 and P13. Let's get to the strategies. Right then guys, starting P6 and P10. Now it must be said, the strategies are very close between the one stop and the two stop. I am tempted to go for the two stop, but we're going to start on the soft, see how that goes. If there is a safety car, which there can be around here, then we may switch to the two stop, but we'll just manage it as we go. P10, P6, let's see what we can do.
The city of Las Vegas is abuzz with excitement as our race draws ever closer. Now I wonder, will things be going Lando Norris's way in this race?
Their Formula One start tally reaches 150 here today. Let's hope it's a race to remember.
But there's no more time left. We've got a race on our hands. We're all ready to go in Las Vegas. And it's lights out, and away we go.
And away we go, and as we could see, Checo Perez on pole position. Pierre Gasly will be looking to attack Charles Leclerc early doors. We could do with these Ferraris suffering a little bit this weekend. It's a decent start from everyone as we get away around turn 1. Perez, Russell now up into P2. Them Red Bulls are insanely quick, aren't they? Ocon in P3, then comes Verstappen and Leclerc. Gasly in P6. Bottas again doing so well in the Audi in P7. Porsche P8, Joe P9, Lando Norris down in P10, but all pretty much as you were as we start this race. We've underfueled the car because I am expecting to see some safety cars today, but on lap 1 it's as you were. First action, and it's on lap 5, and it's Lando Norris, who it must be said he's getting very, very frustrated behind these slower cars, and the Gulf Williams being one of them, and we do manage to get past him. We can now see the Alfa Romeo Haas and the Audi in front of him as well. Norris now up into P9. We'll be looking to get that past these two. What it must be said is Pierre Gasly is very much racing Charles Leclerc today. I think he fancies beating Charles Leclerc, and it must be said, so do I. Charles Leclerc on the mediums, and we are looking after our tyres beautifully at the moment. It must be said, lap 5, the two-stop looks the optimal strategy. Let's go, Lando. This was a double overtake, double helping of DRS, and he's passed both Bottas and Porsche. Lando Norris in up into P6, I believe this is P7, P6. Let's have a look as he gets around this corner. Lando Norris into P7, and now can look to possibly burn away from these two. Pierre Gasly staying beautifully in the hunt, in the leading pack. Long way to go in this race. Lap 11, we're going to have a full rundown. Russell is leading from Ocon, then comes Verstappen, Perez, Leclerc, Gasly, Norris in P7, and this front 7 are breaking away. Bottas in P8, Zhou P9, Porsche in P10, Albon and Stroll, they're both Aston Martin running outside the points at this moment in time. All the way at the back, it's the Hugo bosses of Tsunoda and Ricciardo. Gasly getting a little bit frustrated behind Charles Leclerc at this moment in time, but we've looked after our tyres rather well at the moment. Is the two-stop the way to go? We'll see. Pierre Gasly is coming into the pits. That's going to release Lando Norris, who's now going to be pushing on these tyres to try and catch up to the two guys in front. But Pierre Gasly, we've got to commit to the two-stop. Our tyre wear isn't quite managing it at this moment in time. Lando Norris is going to carry on for one more lap, but Pierre Gasly, it's not a bad stop. It's 3 seconds to be fair. And Pierre Gasly is going to filter out. We're going to have a little look where he will filter out Pierre Gasly. We can see there's a few cars towards the back, and Pierre Gasly is in a lot of traffic. We didn't think he would get held up in that way. Lando Norris is now going to be told not to pit this lap to try and catch up to the cars in front of him, and we'll hang on for another couple. Lap 17. Lando Norris and Verstappen are both coming in. Pierre Gasly has been doing some good work at the back. He's now caught up with the cars at the back. He's going to be told to be aggressive on the overtaking. It's Pierre Gasly, but here we go. Lando Norris, is he going to be a good pit stop? 3.4 seconds, not brilliant. Verstappen trundling out on the hard compounded tyre. Lando Norris obviously on the two-stop. Going to be very, very interesting to see what happens here. We couldn't stay in any longer. Lando Norris lets a few cars go. It's all a little bit awkward. I don't quite think we've got that right. And Lando Norris now is with his teammate once again. 18th and 19th, but we had to go for the two-stop. The tyres were not going to last any longer. New fastest lap of the Grand Prix, Lando Norris, Max Verstappen on the hard compounded tyre. We are now going to be looking to get past that Red Bull, because then we can start making our way forward. Gasly's just been harvesting a little bit. He's actually fell out of DRS, Pierre Gasly, at this moment in time, trying to tag onto the back of his teammate. We've had a pit stop issue for Nick De Vries. We've got a lot of the cars at the front who haven't pit yet. I don't think the one-stop is the way to go today. The two-stop definitely, to me, seemed the better option. And Lando Norris is past Max Verstappen, and that is a lovely, lovely move. Let's have a look at the replay. Lando Norris, DRS, wide open, past Max Verstappen. He will now be looking to push on and attack this next gaggle of cars in front of him. You can see George Russell, the other Red Bull, in front of him as well. So now it's all on Lando Norris to push on and close the gap to the cars in front. Lando Norris is on the charge today. New fastest lap once again. He's absolutely doing the business. Pierre Gasly not quite got the pace in this second stint at the moment. We are just trying to usher him up to the back of his teammate. But Lando Norris at the moment now chasing down Esteban Ocon. And if he can clear him, he's then going to be chasing after George Russell. Lap 22, the Ferrari boys yet to pit. Lando Norris is making moves all the time now. It looks like it could be a pretty spectacular race for Lando in Las Vegas. He's now past Esteban Ocon. Max Verstappen looked to follow him through, but Lando Norris got the job done into that left-hander, and then we had a few cars pitting once again. So Lando Norris now, he's got Esteban Ocon with him, but he's now going to be trying to chase after George Russell. He's pushing on the tyres possibly a little bit too much at this moment in time. Pierre Gasly's just on the back of this little train, just conserving a little bit of fuel fuel at this moment in time. Ocon actually looks like he's going for a move back on Norris, but Norris seems to have the job done. But no, Ocon gets back past on the hard compounded tyre, Esteban Ocon. It's going to be interesting to see when these Ferraris pick, because at the moment, 139s for the Ferrari boys, 138 for Gasly. Very, very close indeed. Pierre Gasly has got Checo Perez. Checo Perez is now he's out on the hard compounded tyre, and Pierre Gasly got the move done beautifully well. Pierre Gasly, fantastic work from him. He's now up into P6, I believe that is for him. Lando Norris is struggling to get past Esteban Ocon, and it must be said Verstappen is making more moves than our Lando at this moment in time, and we really need to be getting onto it, and we are not conserving fuel at the rate of knots that I expected us to be doing either. But Lando Norris has really got to clear this Mercedes, because it's causing all sorts of problems as we join him on board down the Las Vegas strip. And what a bit of racetrack this is, belting down here in an F1 car. We can still see Leclerc at the front. Leclerc is now pits as well. There's a decent gap from Russell to Leclerc. Russell's the man who's got the pit stops right at the moment. Norris chasing down these guys. Lap 25. Lap 35, we'll have a full rundown. Russell's leading by 4 seconds to Leclerc. Ocon in P3, Verstappen P4. Perez is now in P5. He's joined this fight with Verstappen and Russell and Norris, should I say. We are going to be very quick towards the end on the soft compounded tyre. Pierre Gasly is in P7. He's going to be coming in this lap. He's got Albon on the back of him, Bottas and Schumacher. The two Audis running in the points. With 15 laps to go, we are going to be pitting again and trying to come through on the soft compounded tyre. Lando Norris 2.6 seconds, just got in front of these two guys. So Lando Norris now is looking in a decent position. Verstappen, has Verstappen got a problem? Verstappen's dropped a lot back there. Let's have a look at this. Max Verstappen, as we were going down the straight, Lando Norris seemed to get the job done beautifully round the outside. By the time we got to the braking zone, he hold his nerve. It was 3 wide. And to be fair, that's fantastic driving from all 3 drivers. But Lando Norris up into P5. But Pierre Gasly is coming in to the pits. This is crucial now for Pierre Gasly. We need a good pit stop here. I think I found a nice gap for him between the 2 McLarens as we switch back to the map mode. This could be a crucial pit stop. And we know when we get crucial pit stops, we don't tend to do that well. But Pierre Gasly, 3.1 seconds, we will take it. I expect us to be out between the McLarens. You may say the first pit stops, we shouldn't have brought Lando in. We couldn't wait any longer. But it must be said, Pierre Gasly's got out rather well there. And as we say, this pit lane exit is definitely broken. But Pierre Gasly out between the two McLarens and can now push to the end. Lando Norris will be in this lap. Lando Norris is pitting on lap 37. This is the crucial part. Pierre Gasly is absolutely storming away at the back at the moment, trying to get past people. But Lando Norris is in to the pits. We're just going to calm Pierre Gasly down. I don't want him to absolutely kill his tyres straight away. But in comes Lando Norris for the 2-stop. Are we going to get this strategy call right today? 3.1 seconds. It's not a bad one at all. I expect him to be out in front of Piastri. Oh, we can see the traffic in front of us. My word, we're going to have to negotiate that. Where is Pierre Gasly? Still fighting with this McLaren. And Lando Norris is going to get out in front of that battle. So this is it now. Both cars pushing to the end on the soft compound. It's going to be tight. And this is it now. We are cooking on gas. Lando Norris, new fastest lap of the Grand Prix. He's got Giovinazzi. He's going to have to start negotiating traffic pretty quickly. We have got 8 laps to go. It's going to be very, very tough to get through this crowd of traffic, I must admit. I don't know if we've got this strategy right today. Pierre Gasly as well is trying to chase on to the back of this. But Lando Norris straight away trying to make moves. He's got a Williams to get past first and foremost. But it's not easy. 8 laps to go. Lando Norris is negotiating traffic, but nowhere near quickly enough. He's now up into P12, but this DRS train is crazy, and it's got to be said, we have not got this strategy right today. Lando Norris now up into P12. Everybody else's tyres are dying, but Lando Norris can't use these soft. Pierre Gasly's been nowhere near the pace since he went onto these soft compounded tyres. We are doing everything we can to get Lando through the traffic. Will it be enough? It's not looking that way. Lando Norris into the top 10, but my word, he's got Carlos Sainz, and from the elation of last time here in Las Vegas, this has been so difficult.
race it up into
Lando Norris into the points, but my word, there's still a long, long way to go here. 3 laps. Could he possibly get to P6? He may. Pierre Gasly, it's not worked. These soft compound tyres have not worked. It's just not worked. 3 laps to go. Here we go then, final lap of the Grand Prix. Russell is leading from Leclerc and Perez. This has been the worst weekend we could have predicted. Did we get the strategy wrong? I think we may have, but Russell's leading away from Perez and Leclerc. It'd be a shame to see these two crash into each other, wouldn't it? Verstappen in P4, Ocon P5, then comes Bottas, Stroll, Albon. This train of cars that Lando Norris can simply not get past at this moment in time. He's looking left and right, Lando Norris. He's on overtake aggression high. He simply can't get the moves done. He's stuck behind these cars. Can he get an extra couple of points that may prove crucial? I am not sure, but my word, the one stop in Las Vegas is definitely the way to go in future. But Lando Norris giving it absolutely everything as we go around this final lap. It's got to be said that Verstappen taking a couple of points off Ferrari wouldn't go amiss. And look at Verstappen go down the Las Vegas strip up into P2 for Max Verstappen. He's going to have to fight all the way here from Charles Leclerc. We are rooting Max Verstappen on here. Lando Norris doesn't look as though he's going to get past Alexander Albon. We're sticking with Max Verstappen, who's going to get P2. Where is Lando Norris? Is he going to make a move into this corner? He is. Lando Norris into P9. He's got 2 Audi Sports in front of him. He's still not got the move done on Alexander Albon. He's going to finish P10. Lando Norris, P10. That is one of the worst Grand Prix strategy-wise of the season for us. And such a disappointing day. We've got a mountain to climb now as we go to the final race of the season. But my word, let's get to the podium.
Hard to imagine how things could have got much worse for Gasly today.
It's been a very frustrating day for them, and they leave without any points. That's not the sort of performance we'd expect to see, really.
And up he goes, George Russell joining the podium lineup after a memorable Grand Prix.
What a great way to take their 3rd win this year. They've definitely found their form.
And there's not much that rivals the Las Vegas Grand Prix when it comes to the podium presentation.
Well, it must be said, that is not a nice feeling to see that Ferrari up there. Lando Norris did get the fastest lap of the Grand Prix as well, so take some solace in that. George Russell finishing P1, Verstappen P2, Leclerc getting the podium from his teammate Checo Perez. Mick Schumacher, these Audis look incredibly strong. Lando Norris in P10 as we saw, and Pierre Gasly dropping 9 places to P15. My word, we didn't get it right. Lando Norris now is only going to finish P3 in the championship, so fair play to Lando Norris. I think that's a decent season from him. Pierre Gasly still could get overtaken by Carlos Sainz, but it's quite unlikely. But this is the big one. Constructor standings wise, we go into Abu Dhabi 13 points behind Ferrari. This is going to be one hell of a finale. And my word, I think we just got the strategy wrong today. Last time we were in Las Vegas, we put all our money on black and it came in. It must be said, this time it definitely went on red, and this hangover could be as bad as a big night in Caesar's Palace. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy that, please do like and subscribe. Of course, leave the comments down below, and I'm sure you can comment and tell me how badly we got that wrong. But there is still one more race, and it all comes down to a duel in the desert between Andretti Cadillac and Ferrari. We'll see you on the next one. Ta-ra.